guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some fun kids board games. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Deanna. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids, and here on my channel, I like to talk about homemaking, homeschooling, and also my faith in Christ. So if that is interesting to you, I would love for you to subscribe to see my future videos. Today, I'm going to be talking about kids board games. We are a family that loves playing board games together. I have shared several different videos talking about 2-player board games, family board games, and educational board games, which I will link down in the description box below if you want to check out those videos. But today I wanted to share some new games that we've recently added to our board game collection that I think your family will enjoy playing as well. The first 3 games that I want to mention are by a company called Gigamic Games. I was actually asked to review these games by another company called Hachette Boardgames, and I looked into them and I thought, wow, these games sound really good and really fun, and I wouldn't be sharing these games with you guys unless our family truly enjoyed them, and we really have. The first Gigamic game I wanted to share is the game Mycons. This is a really fun, easy, quick card game. In this game, each player is trying to get rid of their object cards by matching them with a characteristic card. So on their turn, they'll look and see what characteristic card is face up, and they'll look through their objects and try to find an object that can fit that characteristic. This game can get kind of silly because sometimes you'll get a characteristic like this one that says, you know, oh, it smells good. Do you have something in front of you that smells good? And so you might have a kid that says, I think Cheetos smell really good. I like the smell of chips. Well, if they can justify the card and explain why they think it smells good, and everyone agrees that that's an acceptable explanation, then that counts. You might have another person that says, I like the smell of Christmas trees. And so you can kind of have fun explaining why you chose that card and kind of convincing the other players that it's an acceptable card that fits that characteristic. So the gameplay continues, and the player who gets rid of all of their object cards first is the winner. For our family, this has been a really fun game. It works well for a variety of ages. It's very easy to play. And even though this game is mostly just for fun, it is somewhat educational as well because you are talking about the 5 senses and colors and shapes and things like that as well. So Mycons has definitely been a game that we have enjoyed adding to our board game collection. This next game by Gigamic is called Specific. When they mentioned this game to me, I was like, yes, I really want that game, because this game is all about different kinds of animals. And for the last 2 years, we have been studying zoology as part of our homeschool curriculum for science. And so this game is perfect for that. So it has land animals, water animals, as well as flying animals. During the game, you have all of these animal tiles spread out in front of you in a grid pattern. Then on your turn, you're gonna roll 3 different dice. One dice talks about how many legs the animal has. So for example, 0 to 2 legs, 4 legs, 6 legs or more. So that is the first die. The second die has the type of environment that it lives in. So it has either sky, water, or land. And then the last die talks about what the animal eats. So whether it's a carnivore, an omnivore, or an herbivore. So after you roll all 3 dice and you see what is on top, then you try to find an animal on the grid that matches all 3 of those characteristics. Once you decide on an animal that you think has all those characteristics, then you flip it to the back and you're going to compare the picture on the back of the tile to the dice that you rolled. If you get it correct, then you earn that animal tile. And play continues until one player has reached a specific number of animal tiles. My kids have really enjoyed playing this game, and it's been a great addition to our science curriculum of zoology this year. We love being able to learn more things about each of the animals. They have such a great variety of animals in this game. So this is definitely one that I recommend, especially if you have kids like mine that really love animals. And then the last Gigamic game that I want to share with you today is a game called Pika Mouse. This game is so well done. It's so imaginative and creative. The actual board game box is going to morph into a mouse house. And this is a really fun cooperative game in which you are trying to peek through the windows of this little mouse house and locate some objects that the mice took from you. And you have 30 seconds to look in the windows and try to remember where all of these objects are located. And then after those 30 seconds are up, you work as a team to answer different questions to see if you can remember where those items are in the mouse's house. Overall, I was very impressed by this game. I love how the mouse theme just runs through everything, all the fun details that they added to the mouse's house. I really like how they thought about how to fit this game into the box. Everything has a spot. It folds together very nicely and compactly, and so it's easy to put away once you're done playing. So I definitely would recommend you check out this game. I will have each of these Gigamic games linked in the description box below if you want to check them out for your family. All right, these next games that I want to share with you guys are from another company called University Games. When they asked if I was interested in reviewing any of their games, I went through their game catalog and I picked out some games that I thought would be a really great fit for our family. So a couple of these are educational games and some of them are just for fun. The first 3 games I want to share are educational games that I thought would be a great addition to our Fun Friday. Every Friday we like to have more of a relaxed homeschool day where we play board games together and things like that. So the first game I want to share with you is a game called Math Match. This is a really fun and easy game that involves cards as well as some dice that you roll. I really like this game in that you can make it easier for younger kids by just doing addition and subtraction, or you can also make it more challenging for older kids and have them practice their multiplication and division. So for our family that works really well because I have a kindergartner, a 3rd grader, and a 5th grader. And so this has been a really good game for our family, kind of more of a fun way just to practice those math facts, but in a game. This next game is called Race Across the USA. I thought this game would be really great, especially because next year we're going to be covering early American history. In this board game, you were traveling across the United States in a little plastic plane and trying to get to some specific destinations. When you get there, you're answering trivia questions about different states. This has been a really fun game for us to play together to talk a little bit more about geography and also learn some interesting facts about different states. So this is one that I really like because it doesn't take a super long time to play and it works well for a variety of ages. So if you're looking for a fun geography type game, then definitely check out Race Across the USA. This next game is also another scholastic game and it's called the Brainiac game. In this game, kids are answering grade level questions that have to do with science, math, art, reading, and things about the world. And so in this game, you're spinning a little spinner, then you answer a trivia card, and if you get it right, then you earn a little chip for your board. And once you've earned a certain number of chips, you trade in those chips for a letter token. And once someone has gathered all of their letter tokens to spell the word smart, then that person wins the game. This has been a game that my older 2 kids especially enjoy. I like how all of their trivia cards have 6 possible questions on them, and they make each question correspond with that child's grade level. So you have questions 1 through 6 on the back of each of their trivia cards. So I feel like that makes it easier to play with kids of various ages, because for a younger child, you just read them an easier question. For older kids, they can answer the more challenging questions. So this has been a really fun game for us to play. My daughter said, "Mom, this game is kind of like school, only it's not." So she could definitely tell that we were learning things together, but she was also having a really good time. So this has been another one that I know we'll enjoy playing more this year. All right, and then these last 3 games are games that are kind of just for fun. This first game is called Stacks, and this game is kind of like a tile version of the game Uno. You are placing different tiles in stacks, and you have to stack them based on either their color or the shape that is on the tile. This game is played over a series of rounds, and at the end of the rounds, the player with the fewest points is the winner. This has been a fun game I've enjoyed playing with my older 2 kids. Each round only takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and so it's a pretty quick play, and at the beginning of the game you can kind of decide, okay, how many rounds do we want to play? This has been a really fun game, and it's a great way to think strategically about how you're going to place your tiles on each of the stacks, so this is one that we've also really enjoyed. This next game is called Rubik's Race. and I wasn't sure if I was going to be into this game, but it's actually been really fun. For the game, you're going to shake up this little plastic box until it reveals a pattern, and then as fast as you can, you're going to slide your different pieces on your grid until you can match the design that's on this box here. And so you are going as fast as you can, sliding your pieces around, and my 7-year-old has gotten really good at this game. In fact, he beats me and my husband regularly. So this is a game that I think is really good for kids to think about problem solving and how do I get this here and what do I need to move in order to get this piece where I need it to be. So this is a really easy, straightforward, fast-paced game that I think will be really fun for 2 players. And then the last game that I'm going to share with you guys today is this game called I Spy Dig In. This is another scholastic game for kids ages 5 and older and can play 2 to 4 players. In this game, everyone is dealt a card with different objects on it, and on your turn you have 15 seconds to use 2 hands and just dig through this big bowl of objects as fast as you can to find as many of your items as possible. And then everyone gets a turn, and once every player has had 1 turn, then everybody can use 1 hand to simultaneously dig through this bowl to try to find the remaining items. Once a player is able to find all of the items on their card, they earn that card and you start a new round. The game ends once 1 player has collected 3 object cards. This is a very simple game that the kids have enjoyed a lot, especially my 5-year-old. She loves playing this game with me. I will say the game feels a little bit chaotic if you're playing it as a 4-player game, but this has still been a really fun, quick, easy game and one that we have enjoyed playing together. So that's everything I had to share with you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed seeing some board games that our family has been enjoying lately. I will have all these games linked in the description box below, as well as the other videos I've made talking about board games. I'd love for you to leave a comment below if you have a favorite kids board game that your family really enjoys. I always have a running list of kids games that I'm looking at and considering for our family as well. Thanks as always for watching. I hope you guys are doing well and have a great day.